Yep, it was my first live performance party from a DJ's point of view that I have done since this pandemic. The venue actually has turned itself into a COVID-free venue. So where we DJ from, obviously, well, more than 1 or 2 meters away from everybody. Everyone behind us, all the staff have to wear masks. But the performers don't have to if you're moving around a lot. And then all the public, they have their own little kind of pod areas between, and the tables between 6 and 10. And in each individual pod basically gets splayed out across the grounds of where you would normally dance. But you can still dance, you can still get up and have a good time, but you're kind of put into different zones. But it didn't really deter the atmosphere that much, because you can still get up, you can still social distance, and you can still have a good time. Everyone doesn't have to wear a mask. If you're open air, you don't need to wear them. It's mandatory to have a mask if you're going into a supermarket or you're going to a petrol station, restaurant, respectively. But apart from that, you can walk around quite freely without wearing masks, as long as you social distance. So this event, which happened 2 weeks ago, we did two daytime parties events there, over 3,500 people, sold out both times. Myself and Eric Powell, another DJ friend of mine that's been working here, I've been living here over 20 years. We do these events called mobile discos, and the mobile discos is the music that I play from my childhood, and I share that music with everyone, and kind of modernize some of the tracks which a lot of people weren't even born when we heard the records, but they know that the beats that you can put on them, they can relate to. So we kind of like cross-collateralize those sounds and to kind of bring the retro sound into the modern age and have a really great time by it. I mean, the fastest BPM that we try and get up to is roughly about 122 BPM. So it starts off about 116 and gets all nice and groovy, and then by near the end, it gets up to 122 BPM. Starts at 2:00 and finishes at, well, we finished at 9:00. Yeah, we're nice and early. I like the early ones.
That's lovely. Did it feel quite liberating to kind of be back, in front of people?
Yeah, you have no idea what it felt like to. I mean, my whole life existence has been about playing my music to people and people reacting and enjoying the music that I'm playing, and to not to be able to do that. I mean, one day I'll say, right, I'm done. I'll walk away and it's fine. But at this particular moment in time, I'm not ready to do that yet, and the pandemic hasn't enabled me to do that. To be able to perform in front of people. So you can imagine the first time I went to go and do it, and I got out there, and the people were cheering and happy, and just like after the first record, I was just like in, and I just didn't want to let it go. It was just wonderful to be able to get back to performing again in such a way.
Listen to more insights on the Mission Makers podcast through Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.